Hello everybody, welcome back once again to the Suikoden 2 walkthrough. Alright, so we are just loading up the game here. Don't remember exactly where we're at, so there's that. We're about to find out. White Deer Inn. Okay. Yeah, alright, so if I remember correctly here, we're about to do the Sindar Ruins. And yeah, I believe we've agreed to help Alex. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about this Rune Master here. I don't know that I'll end up, yeah, I don't think I bought anything from her, but, I needed to reorganize my runes here. So, because the main character and Joey got, their, permanently attached runes, I needed to, or I should say I wanted to redo what runes they actually had equipped. So the plan was to go with Fury and Double Beat. I think that combination is better than really anything else that I've got right now. I really do like the killer runes, but the problem is I would rather right now do two hits and then have them kind of boosted up with that Fury rune. As opposed to try to go for crits, because I just think that I'm going to be better off with more consistent damage. And again, I think that the two runes that I'm tossing on there, that combination of Double Beat and Fury is kind of the way to go. Again, if you've got a third rune spot open though, then I absolutely would say that the killer rune would be a good idea. But unfortunately now, I think Joey and the hero were the only characters that had, three open rune spots at this point in the game. And again, because I've basically over-leveled. So, anyways, all right. This is the entrance to the Sindar Ruins. Obviously, it's right behind the White, was it the White Deer Inn? Okay, searching this for years. One thing I want to point out, and I don't actually know that I got into any, or I had any encounters with them, but there is I think the enemy is called the Salamander. Basically, it looks like kind of a flying lizard, and they drop the, boy, is it the Fire Lizard rune? Yeah, I think so. I think that sounds right anyway. And there is... I'm sorry, actually, I don't know if we've got one yet or if we're about to get one. I think there's actually one in a treasure chest in here. But if you want more, and I'll be honest, I don't really like them. Reason being, you actually take damage every time you deal damage with them. So it's something like... you deal a certain amount and then you'll take half of that back. So I actually don't really like that rune. I don't think it's something that's really all that useful. There might be some situations where you're trying to kill yourself. So I guess if you're trying to use that stat trick where you use like the Stone of Magic, Stone of Defense, those sort of things, and then basically die and restart your game. Again, you get to keep those stat bonuses that you basically got from those items, but the items, reappear in your inventory. So, if you're trying a trick like that, then okay, sure, but, I don't know. Other than that, I don't really think that rune is very useful. So, I'm actually not going to, normally I would actually try to farm, some just in case, but I just think that there's a lot better runes out there, and because we'll already be getting one, I didn't think it was a great or a real good use of time to farm more of them. Because again, in all cases, I would pick something else. Here, I think I missed something back here, so we're gonna go back, and I'll probably just let most of the monsters go from this point on. I think anyway. I just don't think that there was anything else that was really worth fighting. Alright, so there's a gauntlet in the chest. It's another item, now. So I actually, at this point in the game, it's still a decent item, but because I took advantage of that glitch, there's really no reason to bother with those. I think there's probably a couple of characters here that technically still would be an upgrade for, but I'm just too lazy to even go into the inventory. All right, so we want to push that statue on top of that switch to get in here. Okay, shoulder pads, same deal as the gauntlet. I don't. Again, I'm sure I've probably got a character here that could make use of that, but I'm just not even gonna bother. Oh, and here I'm making myself into a liar. So I actually am going to upgrade. All right, so Zamza was the benefactor there of those. All right, so if you notice there was a square plate in that other room. And unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get to that quite yet, just because, well, I mean, we will eventually. So I guess keep that in mind. These jokers, again, I don't think there was really any reason to bother with these. So kind of curious why I didn't just let them go, but that's okay. There's a little statue back there. If you notice that's kind of like a weird snake-looking thing. And I thought that I could do something with them, but that didn't seem like that was the case. You can kind of actually interact with it, and it'll say something about, a two-headed snake or something like that. And I don't know, for whatever reason, I thought you could, I thought I remembered being able to push them or something like that, but that doesn't seem like that's the case either. So, anyway. Oh boy, so before I forget, I was talking about the salamander earlier, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but what actually happens here is once you beat the final boss, there's no more encounters in this area. And those fire salamanders, this is the only place where you can run into them. Here you actually don't need, there's the fire lizard rune. So that's the rune that I was referring to earlier there that drops from the salamander enemies. And again, I actually haven't obviously run into any of those yet, so hopefully I will actually, have footage of those monsters. But I mean, they look like red lizard things, which is if you've played many RPGs, you can kind of guess what a salamander is going to look like. But anyways, so again, if you want more of those fire lizard runes, you'll have to farm them before you kill this boss. Which again is a little unfortunate, and I'm not really sure why they kind of did that. But again, if you want to get more of them, you need to kind of farm while you still can. And again, after we beat that boss, there are no encounters in the Sindar ruins. So again, I don't know why that's the case. It seems a little odd, but it is what it is. So take advantage of farming up those salamanders now while you still can. I think on probably 2 occasions I learned that fact the hard way. But, again, to be fair, I actually don't really like those salamander runes anyways. Or, sorry, fire lizard runes. So, in my opinion, it wasn't a real big loss. Alright, so after running up all these stairs, you can put the triangle plate in the wall here. And basically that's going to close up this, I don't know, I guess it's like a water flow. And so now some of the areas where there was water, that will all be drained out. And obviously that means that we can get to places that we weren't able to before. Okay, so actually, we do want to run straight up here. I don't know why I'm going back this way. I think I oftentimes get lost. I went to. Yeah, this is where the save spot's at. guess. I thought it was a good idea to save again, which is probably fair. That doorway right there is what leads to the boss. Unfortunately, we don't have that that plate yet. And that area is blocked off, and then there's a treasure chest up here with a chainmail. Okay, let's toss that on somebody. I don't think Zamza can wear it. Nope. I think Kinnison can though. Yeah, there we go. So there's an upgrade for him. There's a dead end. And there's a bunch of paths that lead to the left here, and most of them are blocked off right now. There's one that's like, it's like the third one down, and that's the one that we'll be able to go through. These, I don't know, these moon monster things, I don't remember what they drop or not, but I guess I thought it was worthwhile to kill them. It must not be anything that you can't get somewhere else though, so yeah, because again, that wasn't on my radar for like a must farm monster. So, anyways, all right. I think this is the path. Yeah, here we go. All right, so that leads right up to that square plate that we saw earlier. Finally, be able to find that treasure. All right, good deal. And then I think we actually want to go maybe down again here. I don't remember if there was a chest that we can actually get to now or not. Yeah, there it is. So same deal. Okay, a water rune. Water runes have a lot of good like healing magic, and then there's nothing else down this way, I don't think. Yeah, it's blocked off too. So that's it. That is we've now obtained all the treasures for this area. So now we can, I believe, continue on. I'm sorry. Have we got all the treasures? No, I don't remember. I feel like we have. Oh no, there was that one door back here. I think the square plate can actually be used in two spots. One is right here, and then one is at the very end. Yeah, so there we go. And then if you notice there, we actually take that square plate back, which is the only time that happens here. If you noticed when we opened up some of the other doors, like with that triangle plate, the plate just stays there. And the reason is because you don't use it anymore. Whereas this square plate, we actually do need it to open up that last door. So, alright, old book volume 2, so we need to throw away something. Yeah, let's just get rid of, get some antitoxins. And then I actually missed what was in that other chest. It must not have been all that impressive. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, Magic Drain. So Magic Drain, that's a rune that goes on your weapon, and that's actually kind of neat. Where I think it reduces your chance to hit a little bit, but when you do connect, I think it restores your like your level 1 magic spell. So it's actually, I find it's really good for healers if you don't like to use a whole lot of healing items. You know, as long as that healer's got a you know, like a water rune or something like that, it can be a really good way to you know, just kind of sustain you, I guess, if that makes sense. Alright, so there's the square plate, and we have to interact with this tablet here on the right. Okay, all that's most dear to you. Everyone, fame, or gold. I don't think that it actually matters there, what you pick. But, alright, so let's head in here. And let's take down a baddie. Something's here. Yeah, no kidding, buddy. The double head. Wow, what an incredibly obscure name. Like, how did they get that? How did they come to that? You know, what did they do to land on Doublehead? Wow. Anyways, so here that was not smart. I don't know why I did. Actually, I know why I did buddy attack, because I wasn't paying attention. It looks like so. All right, the head on the left there definitely does an AOE attack. I don't remember what the right one does, so maybe if this thing lives long enough, we might actually see it. So family attack, obviously, I think being a better option here, as opposed to buddy attack. And then yes, let's actually use this black sword rune, because hungry friend, which seems weird that it's not like hungry fiend or something like that. I don't know. It just seems like a weird name. Hungry friend. Okay. That doesn't seem very, it's not very terrifying. And I like my powerful rune names to be terrifying. Although it looks super cool. Hungry friend. Okay, so that attack is called hungry friend. Again, now, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a jerk, but could you have really not, could you have called that something a little bit cooler? I don't know. Like Thousand Sword or Thousand Swords of Doom. I don't know. Hungry friend, though. Come on. All right, anyways, we get the Spark Rune there. Now, I actually really like the Spark Rune. I have to do a little bit more testing with it, because I think there's something that I don't quite understand. I don't know if it basically speeds everybody else up to like your fastest. So basically, what you do is you equip it on somebody, and it says that all of your members attack after that character. So I don't know if that necessarily means that everybody else is the same speed as that character. That's what I took it to mean, but I've noticed a couple of times where, because I usually put it on Nanami because she's the fastest character. And so again, I might just be misunderstanding how that rune is actually supposed to work, but my assumption was that you'd equip it on your fastest member, and then they would all your characters would immediately take turns after that character, which would mean technically it would speed everybody else up. So again, that's the way I took it, but I could have swore on some occasions that sometimes, like, Nanami would take a turn, and then like a monster would take a turn, and then everybody else would. So which would mean that rune wasn't actually doing anything. So again, I have to do a little bit more testing with it, but that's my understanding of it right now, and kind of how it's supposed to work. So again, I'll have to do more testing on that. But again, on certain occasions, I've noticed some kind of wonky stuff going on with it. So, which if that's the case, then yeah, you just have to equip something else. But all right, so let's leave. So it should be obvious now that there are no more enemy encounters here, as I'm not running into anything. So again, if you want to get that, or more, I should say, if you want to get more Fire Lizard runes, again, make sure you do it before you kill the boss. You've been warned. I've told you. Alright, so Alex here is disappointed that all he got was healing herbs. Hilda's gonna be mad. Okay. Alright, so let's head back to the inn here. Okay, this doesn't look good. That really doesn't look good. See you, Joey. Good luck with that doctor. Okay. So obviously something wrong with Hilda here. She's got a fever. And apparently Nanami has, I don't know, some sort of medical school training. I guess she wasn't just training in the martial arts. Okay, so from this point, I don't know if it should be obvious, but we need to go back and get that healing herb. So, yeah, it should be sort of obvious here. So basically when we interacted with the tablet before we fought the boss, basically the tablet said, it was an item that, I mean, it doesn't really save. It didn't say that it would save whatever is most dear to you, but that's what this does. Okay. It's medicine. Eat it. Huh. Boy, that sure acted fast. She seems fine. Yeah, it's super fast acting, apparently. That really was a treasure. Alright. A grown man shouldn't cry. Alright. Okay. Alright, so there it is. There's our payoff for saving someone's life, sort of, kind of, helping save someone's life. I saved this chick's life and all I got was this lousy entry permit. Okay. Formation looks okay-ish. Excuse me. Alright, so let's head back to Muse and try to get in. Keyword being try. Hilda, Michaels, Alex, and Joey, you're Pete. So, I don't know. It's sort of weird that your entry permit is defined by, or has anything to do with, who you actually are. I don't know. It feels like, well, why don't you just give people IDs? But I suppose maybe these guys don't have that sort of technology. I mean, we are using stabs and tonfa, right? And fans in Nanami's case. Or wait, are they? No, they're supposed to be rods, I think. Yeah. So I think she starts out with like the flower rod or something like that. Anyways, not that important. Alright, so our little scheme to get in here is sort of see-through or transparent, which probably was pretty obvious. But Nanami did say we'd never know if we didn't try, so there's that. The one who overacted. Alright, both stunk. Put my acting in the same class as Nanami's. I mean, to be honest, I did kind of feel like Nanami was acting quite a bit, so I really should have went with Joey's answer, because in my opinion that was the case. So here's another really good dialogue that really kind of fleshes out Joey and the main characters, like friendship. And you know, it is actually kind of obvious here. I shouldn't say obvious. It does explain a little bit more why Joey's parents are so easy to kind of believe that he's turned traitor. Like, they just didn't have a very close family. Obviously, there Joey saying that, you know, he was jealous of the main character because Nanami and Genkaku were so close. So, you know, and he obviously says he wishes he had that. So, again, you know, just I guess he had just a very different family. So. But yeah, again, you know, I think that kind of speaks to their friendship. So, you know, being that I don't know if I'd say that they took him in, but it seemed like he spent a lot of time there, you know, instead of his actual family. I should say blood family, biological family. There, yeah. All right, push her down. Go to sleep. Okay. Don't be so gloomy. I mean, we did spend a night in what looks to be a prison cell. Again. And again, kind of weird that Victor has so much pull around here. I mean, he's a mercenary. So, I mean, I guess he's got a lot of, at least I don't know how many, but it does seem like he's got a few friends that are kind of higher up, sort of maybe potentially in like government roles. We'll actually kind of see that here in a bit. But all right, so there is the jail. So we're actually going to head right to the inn and save our game because I'm completely out of time. So as always, hope the guide was helpful and hope you join me for more videos. Thanks for watching.